across Europe. And for the first time, this separate business class is also available on flights within the UK. It'll give you the space you've been looking for. British Midland, the airline for Europe.
A new team are taking on the old champions.
Think about the first tackle. It's going to be really hard.
In a game with the same old rules.
Do as good as we get.
It's gonna get tough.
Women playing rugby? It's disgraceful. You'll be wanting to father children, eh?
Women with balls.
Everyone knows what they have to do.
Out to enjoy themselves. Women at Play. A new series starts Thursday at 8 on 4.
Never, 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 never.
Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free the restlessness of your teenage shores.
Good evening. This week's main game will be coming up shortly, but we're starting off in Foxborough tonight with a game between two of the hottest teams in the NFL, led by two of the best arms. John Elway, drafted in 1983, finally has a supporting cast in Denver, and as a result, the Broncos lead the league with 9 wins out of 10 this season. Drew Bledsoe, drafted in 1993, has led the Patriots to 7 wins out of their last 8. New England, though, look a bit like Denver did a few seasons ago. A great passing offense, but not much else. Both Elway and Bledsoe have great tight ends to throw to, and just to keep the season interesting, Denver's Shannon Sharp and New England's Ben Coates have a side bet on who'll catch more passes. While the Patriots' opening drive stalled, from their own 32, they gambled.
Fake punt, the throw is complete, and a first down at the 50. Oh, he dropped the ball, he did not hold on, Dave Megan. So, Bill Parcells gambles early.
And loses. The replay shows that Tom Tuber's pass was a good one, but linebacker Teddy Bruschi just couldn't hold on. The Broncos took over at New England's 32 and went straight to the man who's finally given John Elway a running game to play with, Terrell Davis.
Terrell Davis on the toss, inside the 30-yard line. It's Davis again behind some blocking, and look at the power as he's inside the 20 and a first down at the 19.
Only after 4 consecutive Davis runs did Broncos coach Mike Shanahan send in a pass play.
Elway from the shotgun. Good protection. Throws underneath to Davis. What a move by Terrell Davis. Touchdown.
A 32-yard scoring drive. All 32 of those yards supplied by Davis, and the Patriots needed to settle themselves down. Their next possession, though, was over roughly 4 seconds after it had started.
Bledsoe play action on first down. Guns it down the middle. Intercepted. Steve Atwater picks it all for Denver. Atwater at the 50. Chased from behind by Brown. Forces the fumble. Atwater knocks it out of bounds. It's Denver's ball.
Turning the ball over once in your own territory to an offense like Denver's is forgivable. Twice begins to look like carelessness, not to mention suicide. After the interception, the Broncos had another short field to play with, this time from the New England 42.
7-0 early. Elway guns it complete at the 30, and down to the 23 goes Ed McCaffrey.
A 19-yard pass from Elway to open up with, but after a short breather, Davis, who suffers from migraines, is back in the backfield for Denver.
First and goal, Davis. 5, Davis, touchdown. Midway through the first quarter, Terrell Davis. And the Denver Broncos have a 2-touchdown lead.
The Patriots' offense, the most prolific in the league the past 2 months, finally did get going on their next possession. Drew Bledsoe hit Ben Coates over the middle for 13 yards to start the drive, and picked up another 27 with a very similar-looking play to new signing Keith Byers. A missed field goal kept them off the scoreboard, though, and then the Broncos' defensive pressure began to tell. Alfred Williams, leading the league in sacks, got his 11th on the last play of the first quarter, which meant that the first play of the second was a Patriots punt.
Delivers a low liner, that's returnable. 45, 50. knocked out of bounds by Tupa at the 32-yard line. 43-yard punt, 25 on the return.
This was turning into a routine. Denver's offense taking over in the Patriots' half. Here's the one play of the drive that didn't go to Terrell Davis, a 12-yard pass to Shannon Sharp. Down at the goal line, Davis, who'd already scored on a catch and a run, tried something different.
Fumbled by Davis on the handoff. Who's got it? Terrell Davis able to pick up the ball and go in for the score.
A catch, a run, and a fumble recovery. Davis couldn't believe it. Neither could Bill Parcells. The only blot on a brilliant first half for Denver was when Elway had to come out of the game on the final series after hurting his hand on this sack. And just to add to the Patriots' misery, Bill Musgrave came on facing 3rd and 16 and completed his first pass of the season, a 46-yarder to Anthony Miller, which set up a field goal for a 24-0 half-time lead. In the third quarter, the Patriots finally generated some momentum. Rookie safety Lawyer Milloy intercepted Elway on the Broncos' opening drive, and 5 plays later, Curtis Martin made it count.
Curtis Martin.
A 2-point conversion made it 24-8, and the Patriots had a chance to get back into the game if their defense could stop the Broncos. That turned out to be no chance. After the kickoff, Elway drove Denver 71 yards.
And Elway has the touchdown.
That was 31-8, and the game was effectively over. Elway spent the rest of it watching, which is more than can be said for the home crowd, most of whom left before the Broncos kicked a final field goal to extend their record to 10-1. Shannon Sharp spent the fourth quarter posing for those who were left and thinking about his side bet with Ben Coates.
I guess I am the best tight end. My team beat his, so I'm the best because if he was the best, his team would have beat mine. So I'm the best. My team beat his.
How much is at stake at the end of the season?
Can't say, but I think it's more so than pride. I think his pride is going to be a lot more hurt in his pocket.
I'm not drawing any conclusions from it other than we got our butts whipped today every way possible.
Once you start running the ball on a team, that's like a slow way to die. You know, they see it coming, and it's slowly just killing them.
We've had the running game all year, and you know, it's been a great compliment to the passing game. We've really been able to keep people off balance, and today we were a little bit more dominant on the ground than we had been, but you know, it makes my job a heck of a lot easier.
So the Broncos, the first team in the league, into double figures in the win column, and they're starting to look like the class of the AFC. Over in the NFC, the big game this week was the Washington Redskins against the Philadelphia Eagles. That's where we're going after the break.
You cannot be serious!
What do you get if you cross Angus Dayton with the most outrageous and controversial sports footage ever seen? 1, a hysterical new video called 1 Foot in the Groin, and 2, a very, very good lawyer. 1 Foot in the Groin. Out now on video.
It's so important to make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. Make just one heart-to-heart you. You sing to make someone happy. Make just one someone happy, and you will be happy too.
Incredible sound by Phillips, tested on humans.
Over the last 100 years, man has been obsessed with one thing: making things go fast. Today, we don't even want the flu to slow us down. Lemsip Power Plus gets to work fast because it's absorbed fast. No stronger remedy for cold and flu symptoms has ever been available without prescription.
If your family's looking for a PC this Christmas, head straight for PC World, Britain's biggest computer superstore. Then you'll be sure to see Britain's biggest choice of PCs, printers and accessories. Sure to find over 1,500 software titles. Sure of friendly staff to help you choose. Sure of low, low prices. Unbeatable choice, value and service. All there to make PC World the only choice this Christmas.
Where in the world?
It's got to be
PC World.
At a time when the well-being of many organizations is threatened, Anderson Consulting can help you reshape your entire enterprise. So instead of merely surviving challenges, you can feed on them.
My first real kiss.
Yeah.
I remember thinking,
Those first few seconds.
I didn't want it to end.
Was I stunned yet again?
It's a tad scary.
It's more than just the lips and tongue.
It's ecstasy.
It's who you're with, where you are.
Well worth the wait.
I felt all kind of tingly and...
I remember thinking bullseye. The buzz going everywhere. I thought I'd never get over it. It's one of those things you get better at all the time. Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty good at it. Did you never forget your first kiss?
Welcome back. Time for this week's main game now. The Washington Redskins against the Philadelphia Eagles. Two teams tied for the lead in the NFC East, and both trying to rebound from agonizing home defeats. The Eagles were denied a last-minute winner against Buffalo when Bruce Smith sacked Ty Detmer, ending their winning streak at 4. Washington, meanwhile, were going down in overtime against Arizona thanks to a Kevin Butler field goal. With Dallas just a game behind, neither team can afford to lose. Whoever wins will take the lead in the NFC East. Not surprisingly, it was a tense opening quarter with defenses on top and just a field goal on the scoreboard for Washington. We join it in the second now with Philadelphia down by 3 and driving from their own 21-yard line. The commentators are Pat Summerall and John Madden.
Pass complete to Ricky Waters, chased out of bounds.
You know, we talk about one of the good matchups out there today, and it's Darrell Green, where he's going everywhere that Irving Fryer goes. That time Irving Fryer was on the right, Darrell Green was on him, and I think that Ty Detmer was trying to go to him. Watch, here they are out there. Now these are two old veterans. I mean, Irving Fryer 13 years in the league, Darrell Green 14 years in the league. That's pretty good coverage.
First and 10, Philadelphia. Waters gets very little, except a bunch of Redskins.
I don't know what that talk is. Yes, I don't know which guy that was coming from, but that didn't seem like a healthy yes, 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 yes.
You know, you were talking about Irving Fryer, Darrell Green, two old veterans. They're proof that old is a state of mind. They neither one play or act like they've been around as long as they have.
You know, like Darrell Green said, he just works hard, stays in shape, works all year. Sometimes the older you get, the harder you work and the better you are.
Back to throw. That's a picked off by Stanley Richard. Richard swings down his defensive territory down to the 22-yard line.
And that was the matchup we were just talking about, Pat. That was Irving Fryer. Darrell Green was coming a man-to-man. They were trying to go deep to him. Stanley Richard is a free safety. But watch the matchup. It's out here. There's Darrell Green. Excuse me, it's right here. There's Darrell Green going man-to-man on Irving Fryer. Here's Stanley Richard coming over. Stanley Richard was a free safety. They were trying to get the post, but you can't throw the post in there when there's a free safety anyway.
And he gets a 42-yard return and a good block out in front. Stanley Richard.
I don't know what Ty Detmer saw. In fact, Ty Detmer probably didn't see anything because That's one thing. That's been a rule from high school that you can't throw a post in there if the free safety is sitting there.
Lost perhaps a yard. Mike Mamula was the first Eagle there.
You know, one thing about Norv Turner, we said he'll call the plays and he'll mix them up. And the thing that I like about him is he'll take a shot. I mean, he's not a conservative guy. He's not one of those guys that's just going to get in this situation without checking this Eagle defense to see if they're covering something deep. I mean, somewhere in here, he is going to get deep. He is going to take a shot at him. But again, I would expect the shot would again be to Michael Westbrook.
Second at about 12 as Allen lost to. Incomplete. Intended for Westbrook.
And we're talking about what Ty Detmer saw or didn't see. One thing right here, see, he has pressure. So he probably didn't even see. In fact, you can see right there that he didn't see Stanley Richard. But before that pressure got there, he should be looking to see if anything took that free safety out of there. And if it didn't, you can't throw that post in there.
That was a big pressure from Sean Gilbert.
He just didn't go. Ty Detmer. I mean, Ty Detmer didn't see. He couldn't see Irving Fryer. He couldn't see the sun.
Here's Perot stepping up and firing it down.
Oh, I don't know that he had to fire that thing out of bounds, but it looked like he could have run with the ball.
He could have.
Yeah, I don't think there was anyone there in front of him. He could have run far enough to get close to a first down, and maybe he saw the penalty. That's going to be a defensive penalty. That'll be an automatic first down.
Illegal contact, defense number 23. 5-yard penalty.
That's Troy Vincent.
And the thing is you know, maybe that's why he threw that ball out there, but you're going to see, here's Troy Vincent here. He gets over late on his guy, on Henry Ellard, and you see the push right there, and I don't know about that. That's awfully touchy.
That's Terry Allen who gets the carry on first down and picked up 2 or 3. Brett Hall again made the stop.
Yeah, I think the Redskins really got a break on that play because Gus Frerotte was throwing the ball away. But again, you know, Troy Vincent bumped the guy he was trying to throw to, but after 5 yards, you can't touch him. And Troy Vincent did give him a bump after 5 yards.
Redskins back inside that red zone, second and 6, and Terry Allen gets the carry down close to the 10. Hollis Thomas made the stop.
Jeff Hulenek now is the center for the Redskins, and I think that they've become a better offensive line since he's been in there. I mean, he's a 8-year veteran, number 55 there. Remember, they got him from Miami. I think you put him in there and Trey Johnson on one side and Bob Dahl on the other side. You got 2 big guards in the middle with a good center.
Flag on the play as Terry Allen trips again and is taken down by William Thomas.
And there's another penalty on the play.
False start prior to the snap, number 75. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Number 75 was one of those big guards I was just talking about, Bob Dahl. Bob Dahl weighs about 325 pounds. Trey Johnson, probably, you know, Trey Johnson when he started was like 340 or 50, and he's probably down to 325 now. So
Noah Turner says, excuse me, that Bob Dahl might be a little heavy.
Yeah, and he's not having as good a year as Norv expected. Although Trey Johnson is having a good year. He's a guy that's really playing well for him.
Back to throw. Incomplete, picked out by Vincent. And the Eagles dodge a bullet.
Jamie Asher, the guy that tipped the ball, is getting in a fight there. I think that's one of those frustration things. Jamie Asher is number 84, and he's going to run to the inside, and the ball is going to be thrown right here. You see, he just hooks right there. The ball goes through his hands. Troy Vincent is there for the interception.
There is still a discussion going on among the officials. I didn't see a flag, but I see 2 hats.
Well, when you see halves in the ground, that usually means that someone went out of bounds or something.
And they're still discussing something. But it looks like the Eagles' ball.
Have a personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense after the interception during the return, hit to the face, half the distance, first down.
Flags come down again.
False start prior to the snap. Offense number 76, half the distance to the goal, still first down.
Gets out to about the 1.5 yard line.
Yeah, the first goal here, once you get backed up like this, we always wanted to get out to the 5 yard line because your punter, if you have to punt, needs 15 yards. He's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. So with the ball right here, your first goal is to get it here to the 5 yard line. Then if you have to punt, your punter has 5 yards. Then after that, then you try and get outside the 10 to 20.
And of course, the Eagles had a punt block last week against Buffalo. Second and 11. He got his room out close to the 11 yard line.
And that's always a dangerous thing when you throw out of your own end zone, because you know if you get sacked, it's 2 points. Plus, if you have a holding penalty in the end zone, see, all the guys are pass blocking in the end zone. If you have a holding penalty in there, that's a safety and 2 points. So Ty Detmer went back there. He knew where he was going. He was taking that ball right to Ricky Waters right away.
Third and short, about a half yard to get the Eagles a first down.
At the lead block, and Kevin Turner got right in there behind Lester Holmes, his right guard. That is going to be pretty close.
They've already moved the sticks. And so the Eagles get some breathing room out. And they settle down to about the 14-yard line.
Well, they get their first goal was to get the ball out past the 5. Then their next goal is to get a first down. And Ricky Waters got it there just with that little extra lunge at the end as he was going down. Intended for Christy Jones. Carter all over him. Yeah, we talked about Darrell Green was going to be on Irving Fryer, who hasn't caught a pass yet. So that means that Tom Carter then will be on Christy Jones. Because when you have one matchup, then you have to take the other matchup. And here they are right down here.
Defense, number 25, first down.
Again, you see, he's okay there, and then his left arm grabbed him while the ball was in the air. So you can hit him 5 yards. When the ball's in the air, you can't touch him until the ball gets there.
Amounts to a 12-yard penalty and another Eagle first down.
Get on Ricky Waters now. Ricky Waters runs and gains a lot of yards, catches a lot of passes, but the other thing he does is he fumbles. Look at that, 17 fumbles in the last 2+ seasons. That's most by any running back in the league.
It's one thing to want the ball, but if you want it and get it, you got to keep it.
Yeah, and you know, he's never really secured the ball well, especially when he gets in the hole. When you get in the hole, and you get all those defenders around there, you have to have that second hand on the ball. And that has been one of Ricky Waters' problems. He'll get in the hole. You see, he's in the hole right now. Now you have to have that second hand on the ball.
And Ken Harvey makes the recovery.
And when you have more fumbles than any other running back in the league, every defender is going to go after the ball when you have it.
First and 10 Redskins. This is Terry Allen. And the Eagles do a good job. Mamula was the first man to make him cut back.
That's that's the thing that Mamula did. He got up there and got penetration, and that's the way to stop the running game. You just have to get up, get in the backfield. You see Mamula here, he's going to get up to a point here. Now, when you get beyond this point, when you get behind that offensive line, there's no way they're going to run the ball to that side. You see Mamula, when he gets right there, there was nothing Terry Allen could do.
2nd and 12. Westbrook, the receiver, doesn't get enough for a first down, but very close.
You know, Sharp Pordanish is playing right tackle. We talked about that for Ed Simmons today, and he draws William Fuller, who is one of the better pass rushers on this Eagle team, and he's doing a pretty good job against Fuller. If you just look at this right side here, here's Fuller here, and that's not an easy job. But Pordanish has been doing a pretty good job of pass protection. You see, he just lets him go to the outside, and then if that end wants to stay out there and run up the field, you just get that second push and push him right beyond the quarterback.
About a half ball short of first down yardage on that completion from Perrott to Westbrook.
Usually a half ball short will be a quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
I don't know, they're taking a long time to call this. You know, Norm Turner is the type of guy that with this type of things could say he'll go for it on 4th down, could go play pass and try and get a big one on this down.
3rd and a half ball for a first down. Just past the paint is all he did. And he gets it.
I think those two things go hand in hand, a half ball short and a quarterback sneak. Because all that quarterback has to do is get down anywhere, and they're going to give him the first down.
This is Terry Allen. And not much for Terry. Down to about the 11, stopped by Joe Kelly. Just replaced Willis.
Joe Kelly was a guy that Ray Rhodes was really upset with last week, because Joe Kelly was the guy that was supposed to block the guy that blocked the punt.
Against Buffalo.
Against Buffalo, and Buffalo got not only blocked the punt, but they got a touchdown on the blocked punt. They blocked it, recovered it, picked it up, and ran it in. And so Joe Kelly's not playing that position anymore, and he's in Ray Rhodes' doghouse, and lo and below, here he is, playing linebacker.
Backs out, that ball slipped out of his hand, or was deflected, or something went wrong. Maybe he tried to bring it back, and it had gone too far. But it wasn't a pretty thing.
I think he tried to bring it back. I don't think this ball was touched. Just watch it come out of there. I think he tried to change directions of the ball. It looked like he was trying to throw it inside and then tried to throw it outside, and the result is like a curveball or a drop in baseball.
But bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, you get that flick of the wrist, that turn that you try and get action on the ball.
3rd and 8. Back to throw it again. Touchdown, Redskins. Asher in the corner of the end zone.
Remember the last time they were down there when they got that interception? That's who they were trying to go to in that same spot on the field. They were trying to go to Jamie Asher, their tight end. The ball went through his hands, and Troy Vincent got it. This time, Norm Turner came back with the same type of play and got the touchdown.
And he had to, this is a touch pass. He had to get it over the defenders and into his hands.
Yeah, here's Jamie Asher here. Again, he's working against a linebacker in his zone, and once he breaks out of there and he gets past that short area in the zone, there's no one there in the deep area.
A good throw by Gus Perrott. The extra point by Blanton is good. And is definitely going to go the screen pass. Knocked out of bounds by Stanley Richards up close to midfield.
I think Ricky Waters wants to be a one-man gang now. I mean, he knows what happened last week. They lost. He didn't get the ball. He popped off. He pouted. Then he comes in here and he fumbles, and he says to himself, that I better get this thing straightened out. And you can just see the way that he runs up the field here, that he is running with a heck of a lot of resolve, if that's the word.
and anger.
Probably anger at himself, too. You know, you can always get angry at everyone else, but sometimes you got to get angry with yourself.
Denver back to throw. Irving Fryer makes the catch. Inside the 40, about the 37. Stanley Richard made the stop.
The Eagles offense had a meeting with themselves over on the sideline and decided, hey, we've been kind of asleep out here, and someone on this drive had given them a wake-up call. And it could be the fact that the last time they had the ball, they fumbled, and the Redskins took it in and scored a touchdown, and the Eagles are down 10-0. That could wake them up. Ray Rhodes, the head coach, could wake him up.
Yeah, he could do that.
Yeah, he has a tendency to want to do that, and I mean, he has to be real upset the way this thing's going. Because his team is getting whipped.
First down, Eagles now here.
I said that they're waking up, and this is what they're waking up from. I mean, you just say that they just haven't been able to get anything going, and in the turnovers, and and the Redskins are playing pretty good defense.
First and 10. This is totally opposite from the first meeting between these two. Waters. Picked up 4, perhaps 5. Tom Carter, the defender. Ricky Waters wanted the ball. He's had the ball today.
Yeah. He's getting that, and and he thinks that he's the guy. And there's John Gruden who calls the plays, and 4 or 5 times this year he and Ricky Waters have gotten into it. And Ray Rhodes has kind of had to come between them, and I kind of think that that you can't feed one player. If it doesn't go that way, you have to mix up things.
Not much. A couple, maybe. Waters has had his opportunities today. 72% of the carries, 80% of the rushing yards, 37% of the total touches, total yards, 33%. So his argument that we win, we do better when I have the ball, those figures you just saw were for this season. Today, I would imagine all of them are higher than that.
See, and that'll get things going, because when you do get Ricky Waters going, and you're throwing the ball, and you get the run, and then the Redskins tighten up, then you can go play pass, then you can get the ball to Irving Fryer, and in that just case of Chris T. Jones.
19-yard pickup.
Chris T. Jones is working here now. He's gonna come in across. When the motion goes outside, so that takes the bump off him. He comes underneath everything, including the umpire.
First and goal at the 1. Waters. Ricky Waters into the end zone from a yard out.
The big play before that was to Chris T. Jones, but most of this drive, I have to say, was Ricky Waters. And you could just tell that after that fumble that he got up, this whole Eagle offense got up, and that was a different football team on this drive than they had been before that.
Here's the touchdown.
Here he gets the lead. He's playing in the fullback position. He waits a little while. You see, it's hard to have patience as a running back, especially on the goal line. But Ricky Waters had patience down there.
That pulled the Eagles within 3, but in the final seconds of the second quarter, Washington drove into field goal range, and Scott Blanton made it 13-7 at half-time. We'll have the second half for you after the break.
Chris, never believe it.
Don't tell me.
I'm still in Belfast. Still in Inverness. Fishguard. Red Roof. Bridlington. Somewhere down south. Chris, I'm in Scarborough.
Hold on. We live in Scarborough.
I know!
No one covers more of the UK population than Cellnet. We let people who can't be together talk.
A unique event.
This race means everything to us.
An outstanding year.
Go!
An unprecedented conflict. True blue.
You thought you'd seen crashes. You thought you'd seen smashes. You thought you'd seen it all on Jeremy Clarkson's Motorsport Mayhem. But you haven't seen anything until you've seen the sequel. More Motorsport Mayhem, also featuring Steve Ryder. Out on video now, and the only motorsport tape worth having this Christmas.
This driver is heading for a seizure.
There's quite a bit of damage here. Could be serious. Wrench, C-clamp.
The extreme stresses of modern motoring have clogged his delicate valves with carbon deposits. This could have been avoided with Texaco Clean System 3, a petrol specially developed to help prevent a buildup of deposits in your engine.
We're doing everything we can.
If I lose this, kill her. Hey.
So when did you first notice?
Playing basketball at the convent.
And she's 6'1".
6'1½". And she's Puerto Rican. She's an angel.
Oh, you mean like she's got wings? She flies up?
She's a theology student.
Yeah, theology. That's where they cut up rats.
Hey, she don't have a wicked hair on her head.
She's 1'6".
6'1½".
Does she have any sisters?
Yeah. Wow.
You've just had a taste of cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft.
Our December competition prize is still there to be won. It's a two-legged trip to the States, starting off with a few days in Miami, along with tickets for what could be a playoff decider between the Dolphins and the Bills. Then on to Atlanta to see the Falcons try to exact revenge from the Rams for their 59-point drubbing in St. Louis last week. For weekly winners, it's the usual range of NFL goodies. The subject of fame on Blitz this week was Earl Campbell of the Oilers, who are currently in Houston, planning to move. All we want to know is where. 0891 444 is the competition number. The rates are at the bottom of your screen. And here are your options: Nashville, Los Angeles, and Orlando. Back at Veterans Stadium, the Redskins lead the Eagles 13-7 going into the second half, and they have the ball to start it at their own 31.
Here's Farad. One of the Eagles went by, knocked the ball out of Farad's hands, and the Redskins are lucky to get it back. Joe Patton came up with the ball, recovered by number 68. Let's see who knocked it loose.
Well, you're going to see it comes from his right side. You see, he's looking to the right, and then Fuller comes in there, and that's exactly who it was. It was William Fuller. Yep. He just reached his left hand in there. Farad was looking, had the ball down low. William Fuller reached in and knocked it right out of his hand.
2nd and 12. Gets the carry. Gets it out past the line of scrimmage. Picked up about 4 or 5, perhaps.
Terry Allen doesn't spend a lot of time in the backfield, does he?
No, he doesn't.
You know, you have to start in the backfield if you're running back, and you have to stay there until the ball snaps. But once that ball is snapped, I'll tell you, he is going to get into and through that line of scrimmage as quickly as possible.
He now has 1,003 yards rushing. That's his 3rd straight 1,000-yard season. And he hasn't had a big day today. 3 wide receivers. Mitchell. Brings it outside to Ellard. And Ellard gets down to the Eagle 41-yard line. William Thomas.
I tell you, Michael Zordich was right there with Ellard, and as the ball was thrown, Zordich kind of goes for it and just takes a wave at it and misses it. What Zordich? He's number 36. He's going to come across. You see him right there? He just took the swing and missed at it, and Ellard was right there with the concentration. Watch him. It goes right. It goes right beyond Zordich's hand into Henry Ellard.
First down, Redskins at the Eagle 42's 2 tight ends set up. And Terry Allen brings it to the secondary. Allen down to the Eagle 24 and a flag on the play. Brian Dawkins, the safety man, made the stop. This might be a face mask at the end of the run.
And the Eagles were in that 8-man front. They were bringing Michael Zordich up late to the weak side, and it didn't help because Terry Allen just kept the ball to the strong side.
5 yards, number 20 on the defense.
Call against Dawkins. He had to make the stop.
Yeah, Brian Dawkins is the other safety. He's the free safety, number 20, and the face mask comes right at the end of the play. In fact, the face mask helped him get Terry Allen down.
Yep. Might have saved a touchdown. The run was 17 yards. The penalty 5. It's a first down, Redskins at the Eagle 21. Again. Picked up 3. Stopped by William Thomas.
William Thomas played that well. You know, the one thing when a guy starts to run away from you, you can't get even with him or go beyond, because then you'll give him the cutback. So William Thomas, when Terry Allen starts away, William Thomas has the cutback, and he has to keep leverage, keep him outside of you, and that's exactly what he did.
2nd and 8. 2 tight ends set up. Gets it. And Galbraith moves down inside the Eagle 10 to about the 8. Stopped by Ray Farmer, but it'll be 1st and goal, Washington.
I bet you Norv Turner has some different plays here. He's not going to run those draws to Mitchell down here again, but he's had pretty good success in this game so far with the tight end. Jamie Asher caught a touchdown and some other balls. That time that was Scott Galbraith playing tight end. So the tight end position has had more success than the wide receiver position.
1st and goal at the 8. Washington. Terry Allen. And the line of scrimmage. Hit by Hollis Thomas.
I'll tell you now, there is a short load, that Hollis Thomas, isn't he? He's one of Ray Rhodes' favorite players. He's only 6 feet tall, you know, and that's why he really wasn't drafted. He's a free agent, undrafted free agent, but he weighs about 320 pounds. Well, and when Terry Allen went to cut back, there was Hollis Thomas just waiting there.
Ray Rhodes about his weight. He said he was about 2 biscuits shy of 320. Barak back to throw. It bounced away. He's pointing like as if he was interfered with. I don't think he was.
Yeah, he was pointing at Troy Vincent. Troy Vincent was back there, and he was saying that Troy Vincent held him. You're going to see Asher is right here, right in the middle of the screen, number 84. And
that's not interference.
That was no interference. Because you see, he's right there. He's just going for the ball in front of him. Troy Vincent really had good position on that one.
3rd and goal. With 7. 2 tight ends again. Jamie Asher, his 2nd of the day, and that one just hit him right in the numbers. He didn't even see it coming.
I'll tell you, he was on Troy Vincent again. Troy Vincent got the one before that. Gus Farad quickly got rid of the ball, threw it to Asher again. Again on Troy Vincent, you're going to see him here in the slot. He's just going to come up, and then he's going to get right across the goal line. You see, and there's Troy Vincent, the closest guy there. The Eagles were playing some kind of zone, and when a quarterback throws a dart the way Farad does, you can't play zone in the end zone.
Farad got up in time to signal touchdown. There's the man in motion. Ricky Waters steps into the secondary. Stopped by Darrell Morrison. But a 9-yard gain by Waters.
Ricky Waters was a big part of this offense in the first half. You know, you were saying how the percentages would go up. Look at that. Of times carried the ball, he was 94%. Rushing yards, he was 98% of their rushing yards, 79% of their total touches, and 67% of their total yards.
Waters with that carry, and that gain goes over 1,000 also. He and Allen both over 1,000 yards. Crosses into Redskin territory to about their 47, stopped by Morrison again.
Yeah, that's one of the problems that John Gruden is having with this Eagle offense, and I don't think you can let it be a problem. Is you have Charlie Garner, who you know can break a big play, but you have Ricky Waters, and you don't want to take him out of the game, and he doesn't want to come out of the game. He doesn't want Charlie Garner to get the ball, but Garner is a breakaway guy. And then you have Irving Fryer, and as I said earlier, you only have one football. John Gruden can't let that affect him.
On first down, it's Garner again. Charlie Garner down the sideline, still on his feet, down to the Redskin 26-yard line. Stopped by Richard. What an effort by Garner.
Sometimes you need something like this to give you life. I mean, when you're down, the Redskins have been beating them to the punch all day. They've been beating the Eagles, and they need someone to come in and give them a new life. Charlie Garner does there. Darrell Green misses a tackle. 2 or 3 more missed tackles, and Charlie Garner is up inside the 30-yard line with a first down.
21-yard run by Charlie Garner. Most of that done on his own.
Missed tackles by the Redskins.
To about the 15-16-yard line.
And this was the thing that the Redskins were really worried about, because they knew that these guys have hurt them the last 3 games. Look at this. Combined, they've run 101 times for 567 yards, 5.6 yards per carry, and 5 touchdowns. The combination of Charlie Garner and Ricky Waters the last 3 games have really killed the Redskins.
Charlie Garner limping off now after those 3 outstanding runs, and Ricky Waters is back on 2nd and 1.
But he did give this offense some life.
He'll have the first down. He's going to be very close.
Like I said, Charlie Garner came in here, had 3 carries, but he gained 41 yards with those 3 carries, and even more than that, I think that he picked up this entire offensive team and this entire crowd here.
Well, he came limping off, and that's really been his problem as long as he's been with the Eagles. Injuries.
I think that's one of the reasons that they don't run him like that all the time, but they do like to split him out and get him the ball sometimes.
Waters is deep. And he gets the carry. Down to the 17-yard line, stopped by Rich Owens. There's Charlie Garner.
Charlie Charlie Garner has that tape on the outside of the shoe, so they're checking the ankle, and what they can do is they can just tape right outside the shoe again. Here's the play that he got hurt on, and you can just see that his ankle was caught in the ground as he was trying to get an extra yard.
2nd and 8, 3 wide receiver. Back to throw. Christy Jones walks into the end zone. From Ty Detmer. 13-yard touchdown pass. John Gruden not smiling, but he has to be happy.
Well, he had good mixture. He put Charlie Garner in there, gave him the ball. Charlie Garner gave him the light. Christy Jones gets a touchdown pass. Ty Detmer gets a throw. But the light for this drive was given by Charlie Garner. Here's Christy Jones coming all the way across again, underneath that umpire. We saw him in the first half get that same play down on the other end of the field.
Anderson's extra point is good.
And the Eagles were back within a touchdown of the lead. After the kickoff, though, Terry Allen broke free for an 18-yard run. Helped put Scott Blanton in position to try his 3rd field goal of the game. He was accurate from 30 yards, and Washington's lead was up to 9 at the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll be back with the 4th after the break.
People might shake their head and say, hey, look, playing football is too much of a risk for me. Well, that's their right. But for me, playing football and the risks that I take at this point with concussions are very low, and I'm willing to take those.
Big Les, he got voted best dressed man last year. I don't understand it. He wears exactly the same as me.
The time's come for Ian to retire, so the traditional clock seemed appropriate. Like many retiring folk, he's planning to go abroad. But unlike most, he's off to ride the Aussie surf. As if he hadn't made enough waves here.
It has to be about 150.
Denke vielleicht. Ja, sicherlich. 200.
Non, non. 250.
210. 150 all.
Non, non.
200.
300 sûrement.
Nein.
150. 200.
Not 200.
300.
Not 300.
And if you don't believe me, ask the boss, he'll tell you.
There are 1,400 flights every week to 15 European destinations. British Midland, the airline for Europe.
Well, you grow older. And now I realise how much Dad and I have in common. Like his love of old cars. In fact, some say I'm the image of my father, just before he started losing his hair. So I decided to break a family tradition.
Regain is the only product medically proven to restrict common hereditary hair loss, with visible results in 4 out of 5 men. Regain. Break a family tradition.
If I lose this, kill her.
But when did you first notice it?
Playing basketball at the convent.
And she's 6'1".
6'1½". And she's Puerto Rican. She's an angel.
Oh, you mean like she's got wings, she flies up?
She's a theology student.
Yeah, theology, that's where they cut up rats.
Hey, hey, she don't have a wicked hair on her head.
She's 1'6".
6'1½".
Does she have any sisters?
Yeah. Laugh.
You've just had a taste of cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft.
Cheers, boss. You're welcome, son.
Welcome back. It's the fourth quarter in Philadelphia. The Eagles trail the Redskins 23-14 in the battle for the lead in the NFC East, and they have the ball at their own 21-yard line as we join it.
First down, yardage out to the 35. Stanley Richards with a stop. Eagles first and 10 at their own 35. Back to throw. Makes the catch. Pretty close to a first down. Darrell Green made a stop. Let's go back, John. We were talking about the remaining games and the schedules.
Yeah, you know, it looks like if the Eagles could win this game, get by this game, that, you know, they have a pretty easy schedule. Arizona, the Giants, Indianapolis, the Jets, and Arizona. So, I mean, there's nothing easy. There's no gimmies in this league, and I know that. But the Redskins, on the other hand, have to play the 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys in like 5 days.
Pass is caught at midfield by Fryer. Here's the Redskin schedule after today. San Francisco, as you said, and Dallas in 4 days. Tampa Bay, Arizona, and then Dallas again, the final game at RFK Stadium.
Yeah, but the Redskins have done an outstanding job. I mean, I think if you say who's, you know, there's a lot of good coaches in this league, but Norv Turner, Ray Rhodes, you know, are two of the best. I think Norv Turner has done more with less at being 7-3 than anyone else.
Secondary momentarily. Marcus Patton finally stopped him as he got down to the 40-yard line. About a yard shy of the first.
Well, they're getting right in behind this right side. You see, you start from the left side. Guy McIntyre's in there, stays with his guy. He just got enough with Sean Gilbert. Guy McIntyre did to shield him, to let him so that he couldn't get from that backside to get Ricky Waters.
Waters gets the carry again, breaks the tackle and gets a first down. Kevin Turner got the key block. Dexter Nottage made the stop for Washington.
And Ricky Waters has to do it now. You know, last week they put Charlie Gardner in. Earlier today they put Charlie Gardner in to give him a life, and Charlie Gardner isn't available anymore. So the running part of the game, it has to be Ricky Waters, and he's carried the ball 23 times today already for 90 yards.
9.5 minutes remaining. The Redskins leading. Waters again to the 32, stopped by Patton again.
You know, and this is when you get to the Redskin defense, and that's one of the things Norv Turner was talking about last night, that, you know, we get ahead, and then they get to our defense, and sometimes he said we get ahead, then they start going 4 wide receivers. We have to play nickel and can't stop them. Here they got ahead, and the Eagles are just coming back and just ramming the ball right down their throat.
Norv Turner said to us last night, we can score with anybody, on anybody. But now we're on defense. That crossing pattern, Harvey made the stop.
Yeah, they've gotten, and that's a third big play. They've gotten one big play that got them down to the goal line. They got a touchdown off this play, and they get it again. Again, just getting Sean Gilbert out of there. Ty Detmer finding a lane, and Chris T. Jones are running that crossing pattern.
First and 10, Philadelphia. 3 wide receivers for the Eagles. Right now, Detmer changing the play at the line.
On that play, it was an audible, like you say. Ty Detmer clapped his hands, and on the other end, Fryer clapped his hands. And if you can see him clapping his hands there, now that's part of the audible, either that he got it, and then he is going to run an up out here on Darrell Green. See, it's a little stop and go. So Ty Detmer saw that tight coverage, man on man, wanted that matchup because he had no help. Irving Fryer clapped his hands, which means I got it, and then they went to get it, but didn't.
Detmer back to throw. He has good time this time. Jason Dunn is caught as a flag
Darrell Green were both down there. Ty Detmer's trying to get something, but that was a heck of a throw and a heck of a catch by Jason Dunn.
Wasn't it? Ricky Waters saying we got to have that much. So apparently, and obviously now it was not a touchdown.
On
He
the
is
defense,
down.
number 57, penalty will be declined. There was a catch, be first and goal.
Yeah, they're calling. You see Ken Harvey had his hand on Jason Dunn. He had his arm around his waist as he caught the ball. But you see the arm in there around the waist? Jason Dunn just stuck with it, just stayed in there. Darrell Green was over the top. Ken Harvey